Okay, Nicole, it's Friday morning, and we've got sunshine continuing. Looks like that's going to roll through this afternoon. Lots of blue skies there in Holland. This is the Civic Center that you're looking at, and just some light breezes coming in off of Lake Michigan on the order of about, I'd say 7 or 8 to about 15 miles per hour. Not as windy as yesterday, but it will be a little bit breezy at least for a stretch into the mid to late afternoon before the winds do go light and then eventually calm overnight tonight. What you saw in Holland is pretty much what you're noticing on the tower cam in GR. We've got a temperature now of 80 degrees and perhaps even higher because that was registered about 5 to 10 minutes before 11 o'clock, and we're only going up from here with all this sunshine we've got and an atmosphere that has been building warmth. We've been talking about this ever since earlier this past work week. The Central Plains was to fill up with hot air, and then some of that was going to begin to spread in our direction, which it has over the past couple of days. Keep in mind, we hit 79 on Wednesday, got to 85 in GR and Kalamazoo yesterday, and we're going even higher before day's end today. Here we go from south to north across the viewing area. See a lot of 70-degree temperatures, 70s. Within West Michigan, and then this 80 pops up in Grand Rapids. I think at the next observation spot, most of these get updated just before the hour. So at 12 o'clock, we're going to have more and more locales starting to push into the lower 80s on this west wind or southwest wind today at about 5 to 10, even 15 miles per hour. Maybe a few breezes along the lakeshore closer to 20 miles per hour, and the waves of Lake Michigan between about 1 to 2, perhaps 3 feet in spots. So that's enough where you got to take care. I mean, you just go out in those waters and do some swimming. You got to be mindful, even though we don't have a high beach hazard or swim hazard risk today. Certainly something that you want to monitor where exactly you are going out in those waters, if indeed you are to wrap up this work week. Dew points in the lower 60s, so marginal humidity, very marginal. You're really not thinking about it too much as you step outside today. 87 degrees at 5 p.m. That'll be our peak temp, and still holding on to pretty good warmth at 7 o'clock. So perhaps you're coming home from work, taking the dog out for a walk, something like that, maybe going out to an early dinner. It's going to be just as warm, it looks like, as our top temperature today, or comparable to it. We'll drop down into the lower 60s tonight and then shoot back for 90 on Saturday. I've bumped Sunday up to 91. And I think that shower chance we've got on Sunday can be removed from the forecast. Looks like we're going to be just too dry. That isolated shower remains on Monday, but the vast majority won't see it. It'll be into Thursday when a cold front arrives at some point during the day or evening that will have a much better prospect for rain here in lower Michigan. And it doesn't look like there's going to be much up until that point in time. This boundary off to our north has been the focus for some showers and storms the past couple of days, and it will be later today into tonight again. But too far to our north, and the atmosphere is just really dry from top to bottom, and anything that tries to drift southward, and we have had that happen the last couple of mornings with a few sprinkles in Muskegon yesterday morning, a few sprinkles very early this morning in Big Rapids, but anything that drifts southward off of that front runs into this dry air mass and just pretty much evaporates or just causes some brief additional clouds for us. Those clouds earlier on this morning that we had, those are gone now, and I think pretty much a similar turnout today, this afternoon, to what we had yesterday. And that means abundant blue skies. We'll go forward on the European model, and you'll see later today into tonight a blossoming of some of these showers, embedded thunder showers, but they just don't make much progress to the south, even though they try to head southward, run into that dry air. Eventually by Sunday, Monday, I think that high pressure breaks down enough that a couple of those showers may in fact drift towards Grand Rapids and Kalamazoo, but even at that time, very spotty. So we'll look towards later in the week when a stronger cold front does arrive. And there's the model, not showing much through Monday late evening. But Nicole, later Wednesday into Thursday, that cold front will be knocking on the door. Better prospect for rain at that time. Until then, we're building heat. Could be mid-90s by Wednesday.
Well, it was signing day for a couple of high school